Hello everyone, I'm Gianluca Guarini, head chef of the Reggiare di Montiano restaurant in the province of Forlì, Cesena. Today we will look at some recipes using vacuum jars. So stay tuned and have fun. We will now prepare a recipe in which a vacuum jar is the main cooking vessel. Let's call it vacuum water bath. One very important part of the cooking process is to make sure the glass lid is fastened with two clips placed opposite each other to create the vacuum. Another important step to consider when cooking using the vacuum water bath method is to always leave an inch between the food inside the jar and the lid in order to create the vacuum necessary for storage. Let's now proceed with the recipe. Here is a mackerel which we have filleted and skinned. We will now salt it slightly and leave it to marinate for 5 minutes so that the fillets absorb the taste and not lose too much liquid whilst cooking. Earlier we prepared some pickled onions by simply cutting them into wedges and leaving them for 2 hours in a solution of 600 grams of water and 200 grams of red wine vinegar. To continue the recipe, we will also need some pitted olives, some bay leaves and some black peppercorns. Remember to leave at least an inch of air between the liquid and the lid that will seal the jar. Let's close it with the clips, which, as I mentioned, have to be positioned opposite each other. Once this is done, we proceed with the cooking by placing a linen napkin at the base of the pan and immersing the jar. We'll leave it to cook to 98 degrees for at least 40 to 45 minutes without ever letting it boil too fast. Remove the jar. It is very important to leave it to cool so to create the vacuum. In this case, it is very important not to remove the clips nor to remove the lid, as otherwise air would enter and the vacuum wouldn't happen. Once the jar has cooled, it is best to leave it in the refrigerator overnight. We can then remove the clips and notice the vacuum. I cannot open the jar. To remove the vacuum, simply pull the tab of the sealing ring until you hear it pop. You can now remove the lid. We can choose whether to present the jar as a center table or to compose single portions to present to each diner. Enjoy your meal. Repeat. Torn.